plugging holes. There's a small hole in the tube of that auger. And then last night, the lining of our drag leg started to rip out. So we have messes everywhere now. It goes down into the leg. So unfortunately, it's a mess. What's that?
I don't know if we should cut that off.
See how it goes. You can't ever do this without making a mess. Well, I guess we'll get the truck empty and go with it. All set?
I think so.
All right. The drag is going. The truck is empty of corn. Now it's time to shuffle back to beans. So yesterday we finished in the dark with our air reel, which has been awesome. So now I'm gonna go get the Peterbilt, get that truck moved. Then the 20-foot head will go first, because that head we'll just leave on. We'll get the field opened up. It's not quite cutting time yet. It's 10:30. So I'll get the truck moved. The grain cart, the header cart, all of that stuff can all be moved out of where we're at. And hopefully we're going to get into a little bit better yielding beans. There's my ride. And we're back on beans. Dusty beans. Woo. Oh, stuff nasty. You don't know where to stand. Goodness gracious. Corn dust is bad enough. Bean dust is bad as well. Anyway, we're back at it. We'll get these beans off. By then we can mobilize and start cutting again. Hopefully we can rip off another 60-70 acres today. We'll see how it goes. Well, these beans are yielding much nicer. So this is the field. See the other machine up on the hill. That's how much of a hill that is. So much nicer yield. So hopefully we'll be able to finish this field and move on. After this, they all get smaller. This is our largest field, so it'll just be more and more moving. Down on 370 is nice though, because all you got to do is cross the highway. So they're smaller fields, but it's 20 more acres total than this field is. Pretty sure it was all seeded into beans. Find out when we get there, I guess. So, we got everything moved around and we'll just keep on cutting. machine there has the side hill fins on it. So in on the chafers, there's pieces of metal that stick up. It keeps the grain from sliding to one side of the machine, as these cylinders run from left to right, not from front to back like on newer combines or internationals. So if you're on a side hill, all the grain sloughs to one side of the machine and just runs right out the back on the one side. So I'll try to show them to you when we're done. But that's why I'm down on the flat, just trying to she's on the side there. And the grain will slide to this side of the machine, and it'll just run right out the back. With soybeans, it's not as bad, but boy, when we have corn on this farm, whoo, you really gotta go slow once you get on this side hill. So it's pretty steep. See how it's all leaned to the side? This machine has these to keep it, but it still already did it. It's still doing it. You can see the beans and the fodder on the ground. You gotta go slow, but something's burning on this machine. We're on fire. See how this machine doesn't have them. So when I'm on the side hill, I really gotta watch it, because it'll just pour to the side. I'm not sure what the deal is, but apparently that machine's on fire. I couldn't find it. Rick's there looking at it now. There's enough dust around. You get a one bad bearing or something hinky, and you gotta watch it. These machines will catch on fire and burn to the ground. So whatever it is, he'll have to figure it out. Put the fire out and turn the machine around. I don't know. I don't see any big plumes of smoke. There it is, way zoomed in, right? Like that's gonna work. Anyway, if it starts burning to the ground, I'll try to get the camera back on. Certainly got enough dust. I think it's time to get back to cutting. Doesn't take 3 people to watch a combine burn up. Look at the size of that thing. That there would have done some damage, folks. Along with being a very steep hill, this is by far, to my knowledge, our rockiest piece. Look at that. I mean, that's stinking thing is a foot long, and I got big feet. So I'm glad that didn't get in there, because that would have made some noise. I'm out. I might as well knock these things off. This is cannot get away from the dust. Just can't. When you think the wind's blowing the right way. Soybeans are just nasty buggers. So wonder the machine doesn't wear out twice as fast. These things are so tough. It is unreal how tough these things are. Jab you and stab you. So as you can see, it's quite the side hill. And I slowed down. Because, like that other machine, it's all to one side now. So if you want to see if you're losing them, which we are, it's how much is the question. Oh, there's a couple in there. That thing didn't even get cut. See, these rocks, what'll happen is the header hits this rock, and then it misses that. See it? Just ride right along that side. Just stop right out here. Somewhere around, oh, right here, I guess. This is that harvest monitor thing. If you get stuff that falls over this, it will change a gauge in the cab. Hopefully we're getting it all. Look at these. See, the header just hits these stupid rocks, pushes it up. Of course, I lift it up on account of that big stone. But she's bony here. Well, I guess we better get back to cutting. We're down to one machine. Turns out, he used his shirt. Oh, that is dusty. He used his shirt as a seal, makeshift seal. Well, that shirt ended up getting sucked in the machine and didn't get kicked up over them the RAS bars and the concaves, and apparently started smoking. That's the guess. So they went down to see if they could use the landowner's water hose, put the thing out. So we're gonna kick that off and go back to cutting. We got rid of that big rock, so. Alrighty. Reel back down. That'll be the end of the big rock. Oh, that big rock. We'll lay there until I see it this spring. I suppose there's a lot of living to do between now and spring, so we won't worry about seeing it. Instead of 30-inch rows, we did 25-foot rows. Clearly we had a mishap with the air seeder here, so I guess I'll do this side with the 25-foot paths. And when we get the other combine fire put out, we can cut where the seeder was fixed and started working right again. This is where I was a year ago. Same deal. We finished up the 40-acre field. We switched over to this one. difference here is I got an air reel, so I would imagine I'll be able to go into the dark a little bit longer than last year. So, but it's a clear day, so I'm sure the dew will be setting in plenty quick. But we'll get a bin load cut. I think this will be it for the day. She's talking to me. That dew set on fast. Yesterday I cut until 7, but yesterday's beans were pathetic. These beans are not pathetic. I don't think I'm going to be able to cut much longer. So not a bad day. Maybe 50 acres cut or so. So we'll take it. Now that's dedication to get the lawn mowed. It's 7 o'clock. I'm calling it.